went live.
Oh,
I'm just
nice.
gonna go ahead and do the intro, I guess. Welcome to the first episode of Out of In Character. This is a podcast series where we go over the people from the Shin community and the 15 years that we've been in this community. Today, the first guest is Shugo Yui. Everyone just calls him Shugo because you can't pronounce his real name.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's one of the few people still around that's been doing it longer than I have. Right now on the screen, I have his 259 profile up, and it says date registered September 30th, 2006, at about 4 in the afternoon. Do you remember your 552 date registration?
Uh, it was June 2005, and that's a little misleading because I was about 12 years old, and 552 was the first role-playing forum I had ever come across. So I didn't actually know what a role-playing forum was. I thought it was some kind of RPG, and I just couldn't find the download link. So I actually left it and just throughout the summer discovered what role playing actually was with a Mega Man role play of all things,
Right.
and decided to go back to 552 and give it a shot, and that's really where I learned to role play.
Yeah, I got too used to Ragnarok Online and such, huh?
Yeah. Well, you know what? I mean, we all make mistakes, right?
Yeah, everybody has their RuneScape or EverQuest. Yours just happened to be Ragnarok Online.
Yeah. Fun fact, actually, Faust and I both joined on the same day.
Oh, well, that's really
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, within a couple hours of each other, I want to say.
So that puts you at about 3 months ahead of me, because I joined September 9th, 2005.
Yeah, I really only started role playing though late July, early August, so not that far ahead of you.
Yeah, fair enough. So tell me about Andre, like your earliest memory of 552.
Right. So, obviously I saw the Shin animation and thought it was nuts. Um, and for some reason, I found myself drawn on towards the Andre character, which is a little weird for me. Ever with the blue hair thing, I would normally go for someone like Shin.
Right.
Um, but yeah, so still not really understanding everything that was going on. I just made this character Andre, took his name, and it really wasn't the Andre from the show because my character was a fucking moron and would not stop talking. Um,
So pretty true to life.
yeah. Basically what you guys are hearing here. That's my first character.
Perfect.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's not really too much more to that name.
So what was your earliest memory of 552?
Oh, Jesus Christ. My first post, if I remember correctly, was with Hiroko Skith. Um, so his character was out meditating in the middle of the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Um, fairly common act back in the day. And you saw at least 3 or 4 threads like that a week.
Right.
So my character jumped in, and some shenanigans ensued. There was a bear chase at one point. Um, good times. I I don't think he liked me invading his bed.
Probably not. Hiroko was a special case for pretty much anything and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It was it was nice though, you know, because a lot of the older members like Hiroko did take me under their wing. He really did kind of show me the basics in getting started. You know, especially after he found out I'd been role playing for about 6 months without a character sheet.
Yeah, I did notice that what the Andre character sheet was posted uh, after I made my Leon character sheet, but then the Shugo character sheet appeared out of nowhere.
Well, so somebody, I want to say it was staff. It might have not been staff actually. Came up to me and was like, "Hey, you know, we actually don't let people use names from the show."
No canon
So,
characters.
yep, exactly. So I was like, "Oh yeah, cool." I threw up a poll in the OOC. I was like, "What should I name my character?" I have no idea. Um, and Shugo won obviously, and I'm glad because there were some awful options in there. I honestly can't remember what they were. Uh, but just really long for no reason, or just stupid.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I mean, you were 12.
Uh, yeah, yeah.
We can let most of that slide.
I mean, I named my photo bucket Shugo, man, so I'm not the best at naming things.
Yeah, I remember. Let me see. My first memory coming up on running into you. I think that was when I
I
joined
have
ROB.
no. Maybe I have a guess. I want to say it was during one of the natural disaster events. There was a
Oh, in the mall. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
The earthquake.
yeah. And I want to say Leon and Shugo helped lift some rubble off of somebody who was nearly passed out, and that's how they met.
I think it was Saito.
Yeah, yeah, because Sai and Shugo were pretty tight.
Yeah, and I think Leon had just finished saving Huni. Kia.
Yeah, yeah, that would make sense because Shugo, Sai, Huni were out. They were all part of squad along with Zash and Athalia.
Yeah. For those that don't know in the podcast, whenever Leon goes into a mall, the universe dislikes it, and so it must send a plague of some sort, usually in the shape of a natural disaster.
Sometimes Black Mist and
Terrorist
people going
attack. Yeah, the most
crazy.
recent one was a terrorist attack. That makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you were trying to go for mayor at that point. They had to up the ante.
They did. Um. Yeah, never be in a mall. Let me see here. So, did you have any interactions with the legends besides Hiroko and Faust before the big, like first war, or was it more second war?
So I wasn't really a part of the big first war. Um, if I remember correctly, the first war actually happened before I joined, um, or it happened in that summer period where I didn't know what role playing was. Um, but the second war was really where I got more active. Now I role playing a lot with
Yeah.
who all taken me under his wing, and again, just being 12 years old, and I guess I wasn't paying attention a lot. I had no idea he was the head admin of 552 at the time.
Right.
And if
oh
I
wait, wait,
remember
wait.
correctly,
Um,
he tried to keep it secret.
Yeah, Bonk.
Bonk. Yep.
Was it Constantine, or were Rain and Constantine two different people? Because
Uh,
by the
Bonk,
time I was
Bonk
in
and
it,
Constantine or Bonk and Constantine are the same person,
but yeah,
but they are different from Rain. Yeah.
yeah. Because by the time I was in it, I think the transition between Rain and Constantine was being done.
Okay.
Because I think Rain was exiting, much like Maya did.
Mhm.
Not to the same extent, mind you, because Rain wasn't all that controlling. I
No.
would say that Rain is the reason most of the chaos was happening on 552.
I, and I can see that. Especially after having role played for so long and after having admin on a couple different boards.
Yeah.
I see Rain and I personally, I feel have similar admin styles where we're very hands off, very trusting of the other staff members and people we're granting power to the point where we don't really pay attention to what they were doing.
Right.
Um,
It's not a
you
horrible
know,
approach. It's just sometimes it
no,
gets a little chaotic, and when
absolutely.
the players themselves have to come up with all of the things that they're supposed to be doing, it can get really bad.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I will say, to his credit, Rain had what, a couple hundred people online at the time, so
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
if I remember right,
Yeah,
the
you
most
get a
online was 129.
oh jeez. Yeah, you know what? In my book, you get a pass, Rain.
Yes. Rain did a good job in controlling what was important. Like, if things would get too outrageous, a mass PM would go out, hey, don't do this. And everybody would be like, oh, my bad.
Who are you also?
Say again?
I said, who are you also?
Yeah, right, yeah.
Because nobody ever,
who's
nobody ever.
who's this person?
Who's Anarchy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fitting name. Fitting
Alright,
name.
so I have up, I'll send you the link so that you can try along with us here. I have up your earliest posted profile on 259.
Oh jeez.
September 30th, 2006, like
Hey,
14 minutes after you joined the board.
so I'm gonna be awful, and before I look at this,
Mm-hmm.
can you also send me a link to the stream?
Oh.
'Cause I'm a bum.
Yeah. Well,
Oh
I
man.
posted it in Cabal Fast and Hard. I don't know if you're still.
Oh, okay, okay. You know what? I'll pull it up from there in a sec. So let's look at this.
Yeah,
Oh God.
I know,
So
right?
I mean, I'm looking at this, and my name's Shugo Yui. My nationality is American.
Right.
Um,
Which was a
I'm seeing
big thing. Do you remember the big thing about the whole stank about nationality versus ethnicity and like 552, the original profile template had nationality on there and everyone was putting their ethnicities?
Yeah, yeah, I remember that because everybody's nationality was like the same. We were all
Yeah.
in
New York.
America.
Everyone was New York City, New York, man. Full on
You know,
citizens.
fun fact: 552 actually wasn't even meant to be in New York.
No?
It was originally meant to be just a random city. Yeah, and I think it was Ark actually out of character. He was just like, you know, the shit that happens on this board is like shit that happens in New York City, and everybody started going with it if I remember correctly.
I think that's how a lot of things used to get decided, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, has our process really changed?
No, not really. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure I made 259 and I was like, because of how angry I was at the time, I was like, what's the furthest away from fucking New York I can get? California. Alright, this board is in California.
That's great. That's great.
Alright,
Alright,
so we're going to go through this
so
bio real quick.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm looking at this, and I got a lovely photo bucket watermark over my appearance.
Perfect.
Of course, image only.
Yes.
Typed appearance.
Well, I mean,
That's
the
the way to
option
do it.
the option was presented unlike other sites where it's just like appearance. You can either do, 2 sentences worth of appearance or fucking just post a picture. I don't give a shit. Because at the time, I
Oh,
just wanted players to get on the board and play the goddamn thing.
Oh,
And
yeah, I mean, you don't have to explain yourself to me. I approved a werewolf, a guy with deer horns. I basically let everyone through as long as they were actively posting.
makes sense.
So back to this bio, and I mean, I think you somewhat got an idea of how much it physically pained me to look at this
Right.
when we talked about this last time.
I'm feeling it.
The fighting style is really what I want to focus on for a second.
Okay.
So Shugo, you know, back however long ago this was, 2006. So I was 13.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'll give myself a little bit of a pass, but Shugo, you know, in his infinite wisdom, created his own fighting style, which, and I'm quoting from here on out,
Right.
which is comprised of basic attacks and also advanced attacks.
Yes. Yes. As most fighting styles must have basic techniques and advanced techniques.
Yeah. So he calls it the demon style. You take all the energy from your body and focus it into one body part. So basically, he invented the style of just, I'm going to hit them as hard as I can.
Yeah, full Goku and Piccolo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Team 4-star shout out.
Oof, you know it. You
Hit
know
him really hard.
You know, I should have probably taken a page out of Piccolo's training because I don't see dodging on this fighting style.
Right, this
anywhere.
is a lot of fist slash uppercut. You do have an axe kick, which is hard to pull off.
Oh god. Oh god. Do you remember when everyone was throwing axe kicks as just their starting attack?
Oh my god, axe kicks and what was the other one that was fun? The crescent kick.
Oh.
Everyone was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna throw a kick," because I think Shin Session 16 had just come out, which was Honto versus Guy.
Oh yeah, I remember Honto. Fucking badass.
So everyone wanted to put their hands in their pockets and just kick.
Oh, am I supposed to be family friendly on here?
No, I don't have a family friendly tag. I specifically have a might be vulgar tag.
Oh, sweet.
You're fine.
Perfect. Oh god. I mean, no, this is wholesome.
All right.
Alright.
Let's go to
Alright,
strengths and weaknesses.
His little brother's named Van. Can we move on from the bio?
No, man, we need to hit because we've also got the good bio from 2016.
Well, I'm.
We still have a
I've
photo
never-
bucket watermark, but this is a better bio. We'll hit an Anthem bio if it makes you feel better, but we've got to go through the steps, man.
As long as it's not Date's Anthem bio.
I played Sengoku Basara a lot. Anyway,
Yeah. That's what Date's bio looks like.
all right, strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't say his parents' names, but I can only assume it's sedan and truck going off of
Van? Right.
Yeah. But he has a friend named Bond with an H, so
That
I'm
helps.
great at names.
I'm sure.
Great
yeah.
at names. You know, going off of his strengths, playing to his fighting style, he's pretty strong.
Right.
You know, his kicks are good, punches fast. You know, arms weak.
Right.
Wait, no, that's the opposite of what we want. Knees aren't spaghetti. Weaknesses, you know, and I feel like I really played into this a lot. He is tricked very easily.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, he fell into any trap if his friends are used as bait. If you remember the whole Ixion debacle.
Yes, but I also remember that you
Shout
could
out
not
to
trick Shugo into being evil.
No, unless you hit him on the head really hard and he forgot who he was.
Oh, that's right. He had the amnesia problem where he
Yeah,
constantly got amnesia
yeah,
from being
yeah.
hit in
He
the head.
yeah, in recent years I've changed this to more just him having a concussion almost permanently
Right.
because of how often he gets hit in the head. Um,
Well, I'm pretty sure we had more research into concussions than the NFL at this point
oh
because
yeah,
of Shugo.
oh yeah, yeah. I am a little worried that just one or two more might really set him off the edge, and he needs the last couple brain cells he's got, guys. Aim for the chest next time.
Okay. So to save you the punishment, the last thing we're going to look at is your signature from the reboot that you never participated in.
Wait, what? Did I do that?
Yeah, I invited you back for like the actual school setting reboot.
Oh yeah, yeah, I remember.
And that's
You know what?
this signature's for. Ignore his stats for that because that doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah. So the signature and the avatar that are actually up for him right now
Right.
with Yuri Lowell.
Yes.
Oh yeah. So if anyone can't tell, this is Yuri Lowell from Tales of Vesperia, one of my favorite all-time JRPGs. And to actually for his signature, we have Flynn Scifo, who, if anyone remembers the name Valo Mori, um, the two characters Shugo and Valo were very intertwined and brothers in some contexts, shared plot points, both experimented on. So the signature I actually chose was because Valo and I both really enjoyed this game and both really enjoyed those two characters, Flynn and Yuri.
You know,
Even if he won't change his FC for me.
I love fucking talking to other 552/259ers and hearing them say the names that I've been saying in my head forever, and it's always just slightly different.
Yeah,
It's
how,
not
how do you say Valo?
it's not wildly different. It's just slightly fucking different, and it always like hits me weird. I'm always like, what the fuck? No. But I've always said it Valo and Moray.
He just sounds like a fish
Yeah.
then. I mean,
What's wrong with
I guess
that?
he's pretty fishy.
Fucking fish.
All right.
Alright.
Hey, I normally thought of him as a sheep, but
Oh yeah, I should show you the art, I guess. But we'll get to that. Somebody did an art of Valo called "The Art of Sheep Throwing," and it was two random
Oh, yeah.
characters throwing Valo. It's very funny.
I think I remember that. Was it Chibi?
Yes, it was Chibi.
I remember that sketch. I don't remember who did it.
All right, so we're in a 10-year difference with this next bio.
And I can see you know what?
You've learned a format.
I learned a format. I gave a little more description in the appearance, defining marks, deep blue hair,
Mhm.
sky blue eyes.
Mhm.
It's the adject. I'm not even gonna try and say it. It's the words that describe other words, guys.
Description
Those are the
words.
important words. Oh man.
He's straight now. We have sexuality additioned.
Oh yeah.
No
Yeah, I knew what he was
nicknames.
before. Yeah, so I typically went and like took the nicknames I got in character from role playing, and
Right.
then I'd add them to my character sheet.
That's fair.
So as we can see, I got my whole one post,
Yep.
so I didn't really get that far here.
No. Well-
Some memorable ones from previous boards have been what do we got? We got shoe fuck.
Yeah, shoe fuck. Yeah.
Shoe fuck. I really can't remember any other ones. Is shoe fuck really the only one? I'm gonna
It
be
might,
really upset.
it might be.
God damn it.
That was Ark, wasn't it? Ark called you shoe fuck.
I think so.
But yeah, so this is a
It,
10-year
it
difference.
might even have been Lancer, to be honest.
Oh yeah, that does sound more like Lancer actually. Call you shoe fuck.
Oh man.
All right, so we've got. Oh yeah, so this is a reset profile, by the way. His actual post count for 259 was like 200-ish. But we had added his, because 259 does transfers. We had added his 552 post count to his 259 post count when he joined the first time, which I think set you at about 3,000 and some change.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I wasted a lot of my youth role playing.
Now we're not even gonna look at fucking my post count right now.
Oh jeez.
We don't need that in our lives.
10,000?
Just the site 259 alone has 264,000 posts.
Okay, so you're like half of them.
Probably.
Son of a bitch.
Alright, so going on to physical information, you have some words because the template demanded it for your build and defining marks.
I'd like to think, that's me throwing in some flair, growing over the past couple years.
Right.
Yeah.
We still have a photo bucket watermarked image because
Hey,
photo bucket
hey.
wasn't a piece of shit yet.
Yeah, that one. I use Imgur now. Stop making fun of me.
Oh, and look at this history. There's fucking spaces between your paragraphs.
Yeah, so fun fact though, here, these extra spaces in between,
Mm-hmm.
those are because I copy and pasted from Word and didn't
Ah,
remove the extra ones because I'm lazy.
thanks, Pro Boards, for the spaces.
Yeah, I mean, and history-wise, I don't want to read all of that, but it looks better, much better.
Look at my approval post. It even has a misspelling just for you.
Odoms,
Yeah, the old-fashioned Leon misspelling a fucking word.
Odoms.
Odoms.
I like it.
Give me a sec.
Oh, jeez, 2016. I was still at the car dealership.
All right, so what would you say your inspiration was for, your character Shugo, then, so when you were like 12, 13 versus now?
Yeah, so back then, I was and still am a huge fan of shonen anime and manga. So honestly, the character first was really based on Goku, and other, just stupid shonen main characters. Because every manga I read in Shonen Jump had the same main characters. Let's be honest.
Yeah, slight differences here and there.
Yeah, yeah. Growing up, as I grew into my angsty phase, there was definitely some more like Ichigo and some Orphan in there.
Mm-hmm.
Really, at this point, I mean, Shugo's a goof.
Right.
He has his strong morality, going back to Goku and other shonen main characters. But really, at this point, he's just trying to have fun, live his life. As seen by the amount of Hatsune Miku paraphernalia he has been buying for Leon.
Right. I've made mention to that a few times in some of the extra posts.
I've seen. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I figured it was something to be slightly irritated by with Aiden.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, just wait till you see what he's gonna do to the city's Christmas tree.
Oh jeez.
Look forward to it, guys.
A question I've always had: what has been the dejector when it comes to 259 versus like uh, the other sites that have popped up?
Honestly, for me, in the past, I going back to the last time you tried to reboot, I was actually working pretty long hours, and that was really the only thing keeping me back. Um, but originally, the reason I had left both 552 and 259 was
Mm-hmm.
the age difference between myself and quite a few of the other members. Um, so I actually moved on to some boards that had people that were a little closer in my age, like the Alice Academy roleplay,
Right.
um, and that was really my first adminning attempt. Um, but since then, I would say really just the stats during the Barker campaign. It
I have the outrageous amounts of thousands worth of stats.
yeah, that was a little difficult to catch up to, to
Right.
say the least. But when I was in event threads and things like that, I didn't feel like I was a nuisance or a hindrance in character, and I didn't feel like the events weren't scaled properly, if that makes sense.
No, that makes sense. Uh, oh yeah, your favorite. What is your favorite moment from any of the Shiniverse sites?
Oh, Jesus Christ, there's so many.
There are.
Um,
Well, we're talking about 15, coming on 16 years now. So
I'll give you some of my highlights. I won't go too deep into any of them.
okay,
Of
we have time. You
course.
can go deep if you want.
Oh, well, you know what? I'll give you the highlights, and then we can decide which ones to go deep
Okay, that'll work.
on. A honorable mention goes to Valo's Peeping Tom court case, where Shugo defended him against Zoe in a court hearing for Valo peeping on girls. Because Valo's a pervert.
Right.
Um, honestly, what else was there? The locker room was great. That was a lot of fun. Um, I'm saving the big one for last.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know which one.
Right.
But what else was there? There were some good fights. Honestly, the one where Leon and Shugo fought in that building that was being constructed, and the building was at the point where the walls were almost ready to go up, and Leon and Shugo leveled it
Yes.
in their fight. That was great.
So there's
You
two
know,
possibilities on that one. We either cost a company a lot of fucking money, and they're angry at us, or we made a company a lot of fucking money and they're happy about it. But
wasn't that the enforcers' new building or headquarters that we were fighting on top of?
I think so.
Didn't we just fuck them over?
We might have, yeah.
I don't think Naren was happy about that one.
No, not at all.
Um, let's see. What? Oh, you know what? Shout out to Ryu Habasa. Because one of my all-time favorite threads was Shugo staying up all night watching ninja movie marathons.
Mm.
And then coming into school and Ryu Hayabasa being upset that there was another ninja at school. It was like a dollar store outfit, too.
Ah,
that
the
Shugo
fucking
was wearing.
Ninja Invasion of 552 was
Yeah.
probably the funniest thing. Because they weren't all the same type of ninja, which always threw me. Because you had like the
Yeah.
video game ninja, the anime ninja, the movie ninja, uh, and the cartoon ninja.
Oh, oh, hang on. Speaking of ninjas,
Hmm.
who was the guy on 552 who used Choji as an FC?
Was that Afano? No,
I don't know.
I don't
I don't
remember.
know. Whoever you are, whoever you were, shout out. You were fun role playing with. Seriously, like chillest character ever.
Yes.
Did not give a fuck about anything.
I mean, that's how you gotta play Choji, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Makes sense.
Um, Final shout out goes to the the flag of Athalia Falkland.
Ah, yes.
You know.
Before PC culture, panty raids were a thing that existed for those of you who are too young to remember that word. But panty raids
Yeah.
was when a male would
It'll-
break into a
it-
female
it could be-
dorm,
I mean, it could be a female too.
but they wouldn't have
Just
to break in.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
You gotta break
know-
into the female dorm and raid their underwear drawers and just fucking swipe panties and bras and spread them around.
Yeah. Now, to be clear,
Hmm.
we didn't go into anybody's dorm and
Right.
take their bra or panties.
Right. No.
Shuga was just walking through the hallway, punched a locker, you know, as Chads do.
Fucking Chad.
Yeah, right? Fuck Chad. And the locker opened up and there was just a bra hanging in there, right? So
Yeah, 'cause
Zosh
that happens.
and Shugo are... Yeah, exactly. Zosh and Shugo, they're like, what should we do with it? Let's put it up on the flagpole.
Of course.
Turns out it was Athalia Falkland, which was a mistake because she...
Was an
I
Irish
think
rage
Zosh
machine?
is- Yeah, I think Zosh is still just a pile of censored signs.
He never really
and-
recovered from that thread, to my understanding.
No, he always had a limp afterwards. But yeah, you know, he sacrificed himself so that I could make my way up there, and I'm just saying, no one else has ever sacrificed themselves so that I could steal a bra. And
Right.
it meant a lot to me.
Oy vey.
Not condoning that. Don't do that. That's bad behavior.
Yeah, PC culture would not be happy with you. That is not PC. PC principal
Yeah.
will kick your ass.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you? What are some of your highlights?
Oh God. I've done so much.
I know you have.
Okay, so unapologetically, being the guy that fought everyone no matter what, I liked being that guy. Just like
Honestly, I based a couple QCs off of you in that regard.
because they'd be like, "Why are you fighting him? You don't have the stats for that." And I'd be like, "Fuck you! I just want to fight him."
Yeah, I remember I tried doing that with Faust, and like 6 people invaded the thread to pull my character out.
It's like my very first fight was my first thread was talking to Joe,
Oh yeah, Joe.
and then
That's a funny one. I normally pronounced it Zhao.
why? It's Japanese.
I don't know.
It's Japanese for John.
I don't know, okay? I'm not very smart, as everything today has shown.
It's okay. Not everyone can be Nihongo wa wakarimasu ka?
Hi.
Anyway, so like my second thread right after that was when I figured out the only way for you to gain experience, because I basically asked in character to Joe, was to fight, because the site didn't have events and it was all just PvP, the whole thing.
Oh, I remember. I grinded my stats till about the 30s, at which point I was higher than most people, and then I just stopped.
Right. But yeah, my very next thread, I fought Vetus, who had just become Vetus from Shade. So apparently he had lost his
My
mind
bad.
more.
Yeah, that one was my bad. Sorry about that. I kind of let that happen.
Because he was just, I think I was talking in the chat box or the out of character, and I was like, hey, anybody
Oh,
want to fight? And Vetus was like, yep.
We didn't have a chat box back then. We had the chat room.
Yeah, the JavaScript chat room.
Yeah. Oh man, what was it? IRC chat.
Yeah.
Fun times. Yeah. Be thankful for Discord, guys. IRC was awful.
Horrible.
MSN wasn't much better.
See, I loved my first fight, even though I ended up beaten to near death by a crowbar and pinned underneath a car in a workshop.
Wait, so Vetus was your first fight?
Vetus was my first fight, and he basically crippled Leon. First fight.
Who took Leon's testicles?
That would be Miyoko.
Oh my god.
I fought him. Basically, it was 3 consecutive fight threads against him.
That one was also my bad. Was he Stein yet?
No, he wasn't Stein yet. Like, that was the Black Blood controversy. When he was trying to go through his own little storyline, add some mysticism to 552, and as soon as he infected Leon with Black Blood, and it was more than just Miyoko, fucking Constantine came out of nowhere and was like, "This storyline ends now."
Yo, that's bullshit. Cause like fucking Shugo and Ballo were experimented on. Super soldiers. We had like 7 other people that ended up joining that quest line.
Yeah.
And staff never said anything.
Well, I was also like,
technology.
you got to go back to the time too. Like, I was openly like anti-staff at the time.
Oh.
If you don't remember how angry I used to be.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Like my out of character rants and like the middle finger that was constantly just flying towards the staff that just weren't there doing anything. So any storyline that I came up with or started doing, like my Syndicate pillars, which were basically an homage to Evil Dragon God's Shadow Pillars.
Okay.
Like, I convinced one staff member to even give us titles, like white titles, because the names of the pillars were white.
I remember that. I fought a couple of your pillars, if I remember correctly.
Syndicate pillars, and then I was the Syndicate captain. But suddenly all of our titles got taken away, and Constantine was like, "No, no shadow pillars."
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest here. Constantine, you were probably the worst admin ever.
Damn.
And,
that's
I
kind of
really
mean,
don't
because
like
he's on
you as a
259.
person. What's up?
So that's kind of mean, because he's on 259.
Oh. Well, hey, Leon does not hold any affiliation with my views. So, there we go.
The views and opinions in this don't represent 259.
Does that work? Did I save you?
I think so.
I'm not getting brought back for another interview, am I?
I did. I knocked on your door. Let me see. So that's still 2005. I liked, so my 3rd or 4th fight, it was just a spar randomly with some guy. And then Oroth showed up to try and recruit both of us. And then Joe showed up and fought him. And then my character was like, I can't just stand here while they fight. So I attacked Oroth, obviously. And the guy that I was sparring was like, that guy's crazy. And I got summarily taken out by Oroth.
As one does when they fight Oroth.
Right.
Honestly, you want to talk about like high class villains written, like he was probably what 15 at the time.
Oh yeah, when he was doing the Nocturne.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
but and here he was, creating an established villain on the board who, didn't have to go to cheap ploys or anything to really like assert their, I don't want to call it evilness, right? Because he was always an antagonist. I wouldn't call him evil.
Well, he had an agenda.
Yeah, and he furthered his agenda without some of the crude and crass things that I feel some of the bad guys on 552 did.
Right. Well, like you also got to look at the growth to that point, because in the first war, him, Oroth, and Joe were friends fighting on the same side. Uh, but even though at the time they fought against the reform, uh, something clicked with Oroth at that time where it's like, no, reform is actually a good idea. We don't need the pillar system, so on and so forth. And
Yeah,
then he grew and created a gang, and the whole actual storyline was Oroth versus Joe.
yeah, and I don't know. I really liked the way they did it
Yeah,
because it never felt like it was just Oroth versus Joe.
right.
It,
It was ideals. It was two separate ideals between.
mhm.
Yeah, we do need control, and no, we can go without corporal punishment and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And it was organic. Like it came from somewhere. Events that actually happened.
yeah, no, and I honestly, it's been a long time since I've seen another storyline like that.
Mhm. Mhm.
I really feel like some of the conflict that came about during the Orochi time on 552 was it was close, you know, because a lot of the drama was driven by the players. The choice whether they're going to side with their former antagonists, Riot,
Yeah.
against this new enemy, or if they're going to try and take it on by themselves.
Yeah, that's true. Uh, so let's talk about the out of character aspect since we've been in character most of this time.
Yeah.
Uh, what's the earliest like out of character drama you can remember uh, springing up from in character bullshit?
Jesus Christ, from in character bullshit. There was so much small shit happening all the time around me.
So like for me, the first time I heard about somebody being like uh, the person who brought up the drama was when I heard that Miyoko had actually made griefed somebody to the point where they quit the site, which was Star.
I remember that because he burned off her hair and like disfigured her character's face.
Well, it wasn't even
Uh,
just that too, but like he described how the burning happened to their character to the point where like the hair would never be able to grow back.
yeah, no, and you know what? I'm go out here and just say that's God mode.
Oh yeah,
If
it was
you
straight puppeteering.
yeah, yeah, if you try to describe what happens to somebody else's characters, that's no bueno. You describe what you were doing, and then you let the other character decide how it happens.
Right.
Um, yeah, no, and you know what? I actually remember that because the Star was a pretty good friend back then, and I was really sad to see her leave. Um, and honestly, I think that was about the time where 552 started to drop off. Between the new players constantly being picked and attacked by high-ranking, stronger, older players, and you know
Yeah,
some of the other stuff.
freshman hunting was in full swing at that point.
Yeah, yeah, it was. I don't know.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it wasn't a fun time.
For most people, it was not. No. Uh, so let me see. Did you answer?
Did I answer?
I don't think so. Earliest out of character controversy.
I remember the Star one. I honestly, I was there for a little bit of the Maya.
End of Maya's reign.
Yeah, cause I. Well, and honestly, like here's my problem. Fucking all these people who were doing some shit were really nice to me, you know, and that was when most of the populace was kind of a little bit of a jerk to me because I was younger than most people.
Yeah.
So I was honestly actually friends with Maya, and I had no idea what was going on. I was defending her and shit. Like I literally I was like, what do you mean Maya bans people? I've never seen Maya ban anyone. Somebody showed me like 7 threads where she dropped the ban hammer.
I'll see. Like
she's joking.
like for your age thing, I didn't know that you were so much younger than me until I think I was already like in the middle of my whole I must defeat Arc thing.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Just fucking 10 consecutive fights and didn't win a single one. I was so pissed.
It's okay. I don't think I've ever won a single fight against Arc either.
I got a draw on the very last one and I was like, ah, no!
I honestly I don't remember what it was. Arc kicked Shugo's ass a couple times.
Yeah.
And then Shugo ended up with Arc's necklace through somebody else.
The Thunderwrath pendant came through Hiroko.
Yeah, so Shugo ended up in possession with it at some point. And I remember, like, up until that point, Arc had just beaten Shugo's ass every time he saw him.
Yeah.
Shugo was already defeated at this point, trying to stand back up.
Yeah.
Arc just came in, picked up his pendant, and fucking blew away the guy Shugo was fighting.
Oh my god, my favorite thing about going through the members list on 259 is looking at any old bee's name, right? Anybody with high stats that transferred in that hasn't made a new bio besides just copy pasting theirs from 552 is you have a 50% shot. They either have an amazing item from 552 or it's the Thunderwrath pendant. There is no other, like, there are so many Thunderwrath pendants in these bios that
if I remember correctly, Valo and Shugo were the last 2 rightful owners of the Thunderwrath pendant and the Boots of Bone.
Well, no, see, because I figured out what happened, because everyone who quit 552 quit with it. So once they quit, like, it goes back to the original owner or whoever had it last, and then that person would quit, and then it just, like, whoever it was traded the Thunderwrath pendant, I was like, of course you did. Go ahead.
Oh, I think you broke up there for a second. I actually missed that.
They'd be like, oh, I remember, I had the Thunderwrath pendant. And I'd be like, oh, of course you did. Go ahead.
That's what you did?
Yeah, man.
Oh.
Like, I can't tell you. Arc has a Thunderwrath pendant. Fucking, one of your Shugo bios had a Thunderwrath pendant. Valo has the Thunderwrath pendant, plus the Boots of Bone. Hiroko has the Thunderwrath pendant. Oroth has the Thunderwrath pendant. Like, I was going through all these bios making QCs for Anthem, and I was like, man, everyone has the fucking Thunderwrath pendant.
So, god damn it, I'm gonna give Date the Thunderwrath pendant.
Like, it was worse than the damn Boots of Bone, which everyone had in their signature.
So it pisses me off because I'm pretty sure I'm the last, like, owner of both. Because if I remember correctly, before me, the last one was Valo. And Valo got them directly from Hiroko and Arc.
Well, Valo was the original person who was awarded the Boots of Bone from the event.
Okay, then he got the Thunderwrath pendant from Arc, who I believe got it from Hiroko. Um, and then Shugo ended up with both while Valo was away at school. The player, not the character. Very
Right.
confusing, I
Yeah.
know. And then Valo also saved Shugo, because even with the goddamn Boots of Bone and the Thunder Wrath pendant, I still somehow got my butt kicked. No, somebody stole the pendant. Somebody tried to steal the pendant off of Shugo's neck.
Well, I think that
And
was
that-
also because Matthew stole the Earth Dragon coat, technically.
Oh.
So
okay.
people were like, "Oh, we can steal items now."
Valo, if I remember correctly, took it from the person who stole it. Like he came back just in time for this thread. And then I don't remember if we ever officially transferred back. So in character wise, Valo holds the Thunder Wrath pendant. Without a doubt, in my mind at least.
I'm pretty sure some of them were like, "Nah, it's definitely mine."
Yeah.
So let's move away from OG 552 for a couple minutes here.
Okay.
Let's move into 552 reboot. Or actually,
Which one?
before that, yeah, right. Before that, the separation between OG 552's realism and 259's. We're starting with Chi. Fuck you all, because that's part of the show, and you guys aren't true fans. What was?
Yeah, it was bullshit that the original staff didn't let us have Key.
Right.
If any of them are listening, I love you guys, but it was bullshit.
This is gonna be interesting because it's gonna be on YouTube. I feel like one year, like it'll be years from now. One of the old staff from OG 552 is gonna be like, "Oh, interesting podcast. What's this about?" And it's just us shitting on them for an hour and a half.
Yeah, mostly Bonk though. Fuck you, man.
God damn. All right.
All right.
Before that, yeah. So the difference between OG 552's going the realistic route for something based on a shonen style flash animation, and 259's style of we're gonna go full supernatural.
I appreciated 259's style of let's go full supernatural, like goddamn bloody Rushmore. Come on.
Yeah.
Literally launched a close range Kamehameha.
That's true. Well, I'm like, there was also the blatant, he uses his key to hold his weak bones together. I was like, hello?
Yeah. And then they literally shit on somebody for trying to bone bend.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not... whatever.
Well, no,
Whatever.
my favorite thing was Burn Griffs. I don't know if you remember him. But apparent, like, you remember James, right?
Yeah, I remember his gloves.
Yes, his gloves, the
gun.
fire gloves. That's what I'm talking about. Those fucking
Sick.
legendary fucking items. And then Burn Griffs joins the board, bothers the staff to such a point that we're like, just shut the fuck, here, do it, just shut the fuck up. And he got gloves that set things on fire.
I remember that because at that point I was like, okay, well if these guys are doing this, then I'm wearing gloves that have 2 layers on them. An external flammable layer and an internal insulated layer. And I'm pretty sure my coat caught on fire a couple times, but I did use those gloves in character.
Somebody in chat says, is that McFucking Shugo?
Yeah, who the fuck is this? I still don't have the
Oh, well,
stream link.
fucking
I'm sorry.
perfect.
I love you,
know?
whoever you are. Maybe.
They said, fuck you, Shugo.
Fuck you!
Alright, chat, while we're talking, you guys can come up with some questions, and we will answer them. back to it though. We're gonna go into 552 reboot, the one right before STF. What were you pulling from besides memory for that?
On STF 552 reboot, that era.
Yeah.
Oh, let me just mute.
Yeah, mute that fucker.
Yeah, I muted you. Don't worry.
God
You're
damn.
good.
I don't need to
Alright,
hear me in the background as well.
So, when I redid 552,
Hmm.
I wanted to try and make it a little more accessible. Honestly, I know I keep harping on those bad moments in 552 where, there was a bunch of bullshit going on and just not fun for new players.
Right.
And that was the big experience that I wanted to drive when we recreated 552. I wanted there to be a little bit of something for everyone to be able to do. And I wanted to incorporate some more of those supernatural elements like we talked about, some sci-fi and other stupid bullshit that we just did, like Lexington growing to the size of Godzilla.
Yeah. Godzilla Lexington.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we needed. So you're basically looking for an excuse to go more shonen.
I really, I'm kind of at the point where I've had enough of the slow day-to-day role plays, and I just kind of want something out there, crazy.
I literally cannot do slice of life.
No.
Cannot do it. I started a fighting fucking RP. I'm gonna end a fighting RP.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I like social threads, right?
Yeah, social threads are fine.
Yeah, like fucking Aiden and Leon going back and forth about Hatsune Miku, fucking shit. You know? But I don't know if I could just sit there and do another I'm going to school roleplay.
Right. Well, like one of the things I miss about OG 552 was the in-character tension was to the point where if you had a social thread and it wasn't just shenanigans, it was like this deep fucking philosophical am I dealing with Nocturne? Am I dealing with the Defender? Am I dealing with anti-hostile? Is it the Reign of Blood? And it's like in discussing what do we do. It didn't matter what side you were on. If you were having a social thread, you were having a social thread with people on your side, and you were probably being eavesdropped on by people from the other side.
Yeah, and then, of course a fight breaks out when they finally realize.
Oh, you're listening to me, you fucking spy. We were over here talking about our fucking cake decorating skills. How dare you? And then the fight would happen.
Yeah, I want more social threads like the pizza thread on the reboot. Just widely accessible. Anyone can join.
Yeah.
Maybe you get picked up and used as a weapon.
Right. Yes. So that era of 552 STF reboot.
Yep, shit, we got Donald Glover watching us.
Yeah, looks that way. Yeah, the 552 that you remember, Don, and the whack reasons for fights. I think a lot of it was people trying to, I guess, power level experience farm, EXP farm.
Oh yeah, I totally punched you in the face for that pizza because I wanted the EXP. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, to put it into perspective, because of, I think it was literally because of OG 552, and a lot of the people from 552 were OGs. The only way to gain experience was through fighting.
Yeah.
You gained one experience a day. Didn't matter if you finished like 5 fights. You had to wait 5 days to get all of your experience.
Wait, that's how it worked?
Yeah, that's how 552 worked, bro.
God damn it, dude! I thought any fights past the 1 didn't count anymore. So I would have had so many more stat points.
That's well. To be fair though, I cheesed it. Like, I wouldn't do my exit post until the next day so that I could get that EXP.
Well, I didn't think of that.
Well, you were a kid, so.
God damn it.
But no, the 552 reboot was definitely a transitional period between. I don't have to just fight people to get EXP. I can wait for events because those are a real thing on 552 now.
Yeah.
And then there was the after hours and stuff like that. So fighting, the 552 reboot was a transition between like the shonen fight anime roleplay to more of a slice of life shonen and special movies kind of deal. It's like, I didn't train a day in my life, but I can also hit you for 500 damage.
I mean, that was... Yo, look, if you got the numbers to back it.
I'm just saying, man, like, everyone was a fucking sudden prodigy. Oh no, the bad guy's attacking, and all we've been doing is sitting around and talking and going to school and doing random shit. We haven't been fighting each other. Let's kick his ass.
You guys went to school?
Leon did. He wanted to be captain.
Shugo was the first pillar, and I don't know if he ever attended class.
Yo, Vivi was a beast, okay?
Yo, Vivi was fucking badass.
Don says, I remember fighting Vivi once, and she knocked me out in one hit. And I was like...
Oh, yeah.
So I took a long break after the whole pillars being stripped of their pillarship, because I was the only fucking one at the time.
Was this on, Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
Back when one of the... Not Alan, his brother. Aaron Hollows had named the pillars, right? Or
No. It was the player who did. There was a fucking story behind that, but he stripped all the pillars, who was just me, at the time of their titles, and did the whole full scale fight, and then called the fight in favor of one of the people. It wasn't Leon.
I want to say it was Austin, right?
It was Austin, and then obviously Austin named his gang members pillars and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, so this changes my entire story. I need some time to think it over. So I left for a couple months. I came back, and then all of a sudden, there were different pillars because Knuckles fucking bounced too. And I had Leon talk to the person that had his old title, which was Vivi, and I really just wanted to fucking attack her and take the title back because that was me. But then Leon was like, no, she seems depressed, let's help by attacking her. And she fucking wrecked his shit for a second, and he was like, hold up, she's actually strong. Let's fight. And she was like, no, wait, I'll hurt you. And he was like, yes, that's the point.
Vivi was such a good character. I loved her character growth from just being this, this person thrust into all these, like, random combat situations and really growing into becoming probably one of the best heroes on the board, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, she was a good hero archetype.
Yeah, for sure. On the other hand, Lex was the opposite type of pillar.
Yes.
But it was still great. He was just there to fuck shit up and prove he was strong, which at the end of the day is half the reason why the pillar system was built.
That's true. And if you ask Leon's philosophical ass during that fight with Vivi, has other reasons, but won't go into that. Shit. I don't remember why you stepped down from 552.
Oh, ooh. Well, I mean, that's going into the whole breakup debacle. To be honest,
Okay.
and I'm fine talking about it. Honestly, I stepped down and left 552 because I had a support system outside of 552, and I knew my friends from 552 would continue to support me outside of there.
Yeah.
But I knew from my ex that she didn't have quite as big of a support system as I did. So I decided it would be for the best to give her some space there.
That's fair. That's fair. Very grown up.
Yeah, I mean, breakups suck.
Yeah.
Shitty things happened all the way around,
Yeah.
but oh well.
Da 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 da.
No, I'm not single for anyone who's out.
I had a breakup and it never recovered. Anyway, with STF, so you came back after 552. We closed that down, right?
Kind of. So I wasn't allowed on STF.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Like, I was what? You weren't allowed on STF? I was like, hold up. I was a mod on STF.
Yeah. So
This wasn't discussed.
I mean, so there, it kind of related back to that other drama, but things kind of spiraled, and yeah, there was an admin on STF who did not like me,
Right.
or didn't want me around, so I didn't go there.
Huh.
I don't think I was ever like banned or anything like that. It was just kind of like an unspoken, hey, it would be nice if you didn't join. I don't know. I don't want to cause drama unless it's saying fuck you, bonk.
We can use names. This is out of in character, so it's about the in character and out of character drama. So I don't care if you use names. I mean, really, what are they gonna say? Don't use my name. We're not using your real name. Fuck off.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't see a copyright on bonk. Just saying. Wait. Do you mean bonk or do you mean Ira, Dawn?
I don't think Dawn knew Bonk.
Okay, well that's no reason not to.
No reason not to say fuck him.
Yeah.
Rude. Fuck, I'm out of soda.
Oh man.
Does the chat have any questions before we move to another topic? Alright, so we're gonna enter the segment where do you have any questions for me before we move on?
Oh man. So where did your inspiration for Leon come from?
So initially, much like most people do, is I picked an FC from an anime I liked, and then I started building the character around the FC, which originally was Hiro Yui from Mobile Suit Gundam Wing.
Dude, hang on, because I was also FCing Hiro Yui.
I know, which is why I had to change my FC, you son of a bitch.
Oh, great times.
It is. I think I went...
I'm pretty sure I changed off of Hiro like 2 days after that.
Yeah, I know. It was the whole thing though. Like people were like, you can't be Hiro. Shugo's Hiro. I was like, well, fuck. I don't watch other anime. So I had to find something.
You know what? And I think I might not have been using Hero until I saw you use Hero.
Oh God. Yeah.
I think I only
What?
started using Hero because you used Hero
Oh.
and my last name was Yui.
OG 552 was straight up just a fucking college dorm where seniority always ruled.
I know, right?
But yeah, so I changed him to the one of the default avatars that they had, which ended up being Cloud in some like custom artwork.
I remember that one. There were quite a few people who used that one.
And
I think I even used it when I first started.
I just kept it for the longest time, and I was like, okay, so now he's blonde and he's got spiky hair. This is how this is gonna go. And then I got really into Dragon
Get
Ball Z.
Backers,
Yeah,
right?
well, Get Backers was following that. I got really into Dragon Ball Z, which pulled me into Get Backers, and then that pulled me into other movies and stuff like that. And 300 came out, and fucking
Trigun.
Trigun. And then I watched, or I got really into Star Wars. So I got into Mandalorians because playing Coder 1 and 2, and I was like, okay, what's a culture I can build for my character's history? Because it was the first time I was going to sit down and be like, who the fuck is this guy who's fought 100 people? And so I just kind of put together Saiyans, Spartans, and like 300 Spartans,
Yeah.
and Mandalorians. And I was like, okay, this is the culture of this character. And then since then, it's just been that.
That's that's really cool. Cause to be honest, until we did the Sengoku roleplay, I never really thought about the culture of my character. You know.
Yeah.
Obviously I gave him an ethnicity and all that and family backstory, but
Of course.
I never really explored much of it. I felt until then.
Yeah, getting into your character, like for me, it's just build the character, get out there, learn the character. Because the character will you'll have plans, and then the character will take over and throw all those plans out the window. So
Absolutely, I feel that happen on so many occasions.
I just bare bones a character, throw him in, and then the character would do some stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay, what's the reason for that? And then the character would explain, and I'm like, oh, well, time to add that to the bio.
Yeah, no, and I personally, I that's how I build most of my characters. You know, like for example, Shugo's fighting style on the reboot, he refused to attack anybody while they were on the ground, and he refused to attack anybody from behind. He would only do attacks from the front, and it was as I was playing him, you know, it felt like the natural thing to do with his character.
Yeah.
As much as it got my ass kicked.
Fair enough.
I think the only time I broke that rule was against the Wraith. So, or not the Wraith, Levy, whichever fear person you were.
I don't remember which one Levi was.
Yeah, I came in at the very end and basically knocked him down on the ground, and Shugo and Mock just kind of stomped on him until he lost consciousness. Because they'd already been fighting for a whole while. It was literally just one post of us stepping on him.
Oh. Fucking rude. So during the whole break from 552 and the not going to STF due to like the fucking wall that Ira put up, what were you doing? Like, were you able to write in the meantime, or was that just I'm gonna focus on my career, then fuck you guys?
I'm glad you asked that. Let me pull up the link.
Oh shit! All right.
It'll take me just a moment to remember the URL. Oh no, it's perfect. I remembered it. So here, Leon, I'll go ahead and share this with you.
Yeah, good. Link me.
And quite frankly,
Oh God.
when or if Anthem City dies, this is going to be our next board. I'm not. I'm not going to be taking, anything else as an answer. But over here we have Magical Academy High School 552.
Okay.
So this is what I was working on for all of you ungrateful bastards. And you can see we have some test threads up, a couple bios. I don't think I ever finished mine.
Of course, you never finish your own bio in your own board.
No, no, no. And
That's
and
a
really
rule.
what I wanted, and really what I wanted this to be was, it ended up, being more Starbound. Was what this was. Sorry, let me restart there. Um, kind of like Starbound is how I wanted this to go, with the people learning how to use their powers and all of that other stuff, and I really just kind of wanted to create like a world where we just had all of these random magical things take over everyday life. From turning on water to driving your car, um, or going into a forest that just made you high.
We're talking about Dank Forest right now in the chat, apparently.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Why not come back to 259, motherfucker?
Um, I didn't think of that at
Yeah.
the time. I didn't
Fucking-
realize 259.
You guys
was
never
still
come to
up.
259. Of course it's still up. Fucking, it won't die.
Yeah, I know. Literally, the longest running shin board to have never changed its URL. Because
Yeah.
I know you've rebooted.
Yeah.
But this site has been a permanent fixture in the role-playing community for what, 15 years?
Since
At least?
July 2006.
Okay, 14 years, 14 and a half.
Yeah.
Coming up on 15.
Coming up on
We're
15.
doing a big anniversary party, guys.
Like, when 259 becomes legal, I don't know what's gonna happen.
All right. All I'm saying is,
I mean, it looks pretty.
Or-
It's definitely got that OG 552 feel.
are we talking 259 or are we talking?
Oh no,
Magical
your
Academy
vice,
552?
your Magical Academy.
Yeah. As you can see, I never even chose a banner.
No,
image.
it still says Vice Skin. It's fine. You're fine.
Yeah. This is actually the same skin that we launched the 552 reboot with.
Yeah, yeah.
Pre STF.
Yeah. I'm feeling
I
it.
wanted to make it a point to use that.
I'm feeling it. It's fine. But yeah, so fuck, I had a question, I lost it.
Oh man.
Whatever.
It was about the dank forest.
It might have been about the dank forest. Apparently people just getting high, walking around a forest.
Well, you're not supposed to walk around in the forest. It's banned. Okay.
Look, you tell me this forest smells fucking pungent and you get lightheaded and all sorts of other euphoric bullshit. I'm gonna be walking around the dank forest. I'm just telling you.
See, I told people it would be a great idea.
God damn it. So you've been around longer than me by about 3 months. We've figured. You've seen systems come and go for, I don't know, probably as many boards as I have.
Yeah, that's fair.
What are some highlight systems, like some favorite ones that you've seen?
I mean, this is a little biased. But,
Of course.
But I wrote a needlessly complex system for one of my brother's boards. It was
Was it the mecha one?
No, although I think he took that system and modified it for the mecha one.
Okay.
But PHS 137, which was
Oh.
active for like about a month or two, and then there was some drama, so we shut that one down.
Right. As happens.
Yeah, yeah. For the record, guys, please don't ever report any of your fellow role-playing communities. You know, try and reach out. Most of the admins are pretty reasonable people. You know, talk through your issues before trying to go directly to forum moderators.
Well, I get
As far as pro board moderators, I mean.
I get notifications from one of the Pro Boards moderators every now and then. He just sends me a message like, "Hey man, somebody's complaining about you again," and I'm just like, "Man, I haven't done anything since 2010. Why am I still catching flack?"
Yeah.
Because that shit happened on 552. Like, somebody said some shit, and then I got messages from random new players like, "Hey, so are you staff?" And I'm like, "No, I'm a helper." And they're like, "Oh, okay, because you're not gonna do here what you did there, right?" I was like, "How do you fucking know? Who are you?"
And honestly, that bullshit was the only reason I had to give you a helper title. Like,
Well,
I wish I could
I
have
only
just
accepted
made you
helper.
staff.
Like, I was like, "I'll be
Yeah.
a helper. I don't want to be anything else." And then everyone on staff was like, "He should be a mod." And I was like, "Fucking." I don't like it, but if you need me to be a mod, I'll be a mod.
Well, so, and here was my take, right? I wanted your input and your opinion on the board because you have a shit ton of experience. Like I told you when when I tried to recruit you.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, approving bios and shit like that, I couldn't care less. What I really wanted from you,
We could
and
tell Shugo.
you did a fantastic job, was your guidance and advice.
I,
Because you've built some banger systems.
like you and B and Eric and you'll at least take my advice into consideration. Like when I say something, it's like I've seen this work, this is a good thing to do, so on and so forth, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, cool, all right, I'll keep that in mind," and then they'll either use a piece of it or take the inspiration from that and work on something new. When it came to Ira, which was a difficult time for me as somebody who basically was Ira in 2009. I was like, "Look,"
I think we've all been Ira before.
I was like, "Look, you need to fucking calm down. This is not personal. This is fiction, okay? Out of character, nobody knows you. You live in fucking Singapore. Ain't nobody gonna come by and be like, 'Hey, bitch, remember what you said on 552?'" like it's not gonna happen.
You say that, but fucking Sage pulled up my goddamn address. All right,
That's fair.
which I still live some. I live closer to them now, which worries me.
But still, like, I'm not. Nobody on that site was gonna roll up on in fucking Singapore and be like, "I'm gonna slit your throat, bitch."
No.
Which was
No.
she legitimately had a fear that that's what was gonna happen. Like somebody was gonna say like, "Oh, I know you live in Singapore and I live in Australia. I'll be on a plane tomorrow."
Jesus Christ.
Like, it's not gonna happen, bro. Calm the fuck down. Nobody is attacking you. And then people started attacking her because she was being a controlling dictator bitch.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I,
"It doesn't work. You can't do it. I've done this. I've been down this path."
I wonder what exiled admin, warned you guys about that.
But like once I realized that I couldn't prevent her from having the ultimate meltdown and just banning everybody, I was like, "This is going to happen. I'm just gonna scoot to 259 for a little while, since I've already been there for 14 years. Just stick with what I know, calm out, and then the next thing I know, 552 goes into maintenance mode, and I was like, "Oh, here it comes."
Yeah,
Then I get a message, hey, we moved to STF. I was like, fucking perfect.
Yeah, which for anyone watching who hasn't realized yet.
I know if STF closed, they were like, yeah,
Yeah,
STF went to
STF
maintenance
closed,
mode.
but what I wanted to let everybody know was 552 is open again as an archive. So you can go
Oh yeah,
to
you can go and get your shit.
552.boards.net and look at your old threads. Please don't, roleplay on there. No one will respond to you. I might laugh at you a little.
I don't know, I'm kind of addicted. I might respond to you.
God damn, we're not redoing five. No, we're not. Post on Anthem. Everybody go to anthemcity.boards.net right now and make a character.
Yeah, follow the URL on the screen. Here, I'll put it up on the screen real quick to
God damn it, Leon.
just follow that link, and
Yeah.
you'll be active for at least another 14 years.
Oh yeah, there you go. That works too. phs259.proboards.com.
Anyway,
I'm
I believe.
pretty sure everyone watching already has both of these links.
Yeah, just I had to make sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure my face might be in the way of the link to 259.
Oh yeah, it totally is.
Yeah. But anyway,
It's fine.
we'll survive. Here, I'll put it back up on the screen. It's right here. Anyway, that is time. I have no more questions. Do you have any final comments, or does the chat have questions?
Wow, this is just like one of my work meetings.
Oh yeah, where it goes silent
Yeah.
where we ask for anybody else's fucking comment.
Oh yeah, 100%. Even Dawn's quiet. That never happens.
I do appreciate that Dawn is in the compo though.
I know, right?
She got nothing because she already got the answers. What the fuck did we
Oh.
answer?
Everything apparently.
Yeah, shit. All right. Went over it. Well, I
Um,
guess I did a good job of interviewing you then.
I guess so. I mean, everybody. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. So, yeah, everybody take care and fuck you, Bonk.
All right, man. That's the end of the first episode. Hope everyone enjoyed. See you next time. I will have a schedule for this. Let me know if you guys have any suggestions or who you want interviewed.
Oh man, there's so many good ones.
Who do you think should be next?
Oh, Ark.
Oh
Still
God.
talk to him.
Yeah.
Nobody's heard from Ark in forever.
I guess I can email him or something.
Ark, if you're watching, respond to that email. You've been called.
I will attempt to get Ark on here.
Here, you know what? Let's look at some more reasonable people. Where's
Okay.
the Shin? Honestly, even is Steven active on the Shin?
He's
on
not
the
active in.
1.1
He's not.
Discord?
He's not active in.
Steven or
I could probably get Steven, but he's not active on any of the boards.
no, not that Steven. Although that would also be a good option.
Oh, you're talking about
Steve,
Stephen
the
Lim.
creators. Yeah. Was it just Steven Lim, or were there two guys?
Stephen Lim and Max Mao, the original creators of
Yeah.
Shin. Right now, the one running the Life.1 Discord is Steven.
Yeah, if
I
Steven's available.
might
That'd
be
be
able to
dope.
pull that one off. We'll see.
Yeah, or Endrin would be a good option too.
Yeah, he's already scheduled. I've also got people
Oh,
from
sweet.
Shin 1.
Sweet. All right.
Alright.
Yeah, I think you got my list.
Alright, man. Well, that's the end of the first episode of Out of In Character. Hopefully you are subscribed or, following me or being a nice person and not just sitting here and listening. Thank you. The schedule for the next one will be out by tomorrow. Have a good day, and this will be on YouTube in about an hour.
Sounds good.